everyone, I hope you're doing fantastic. So today's video, I will be sharing with you all the books that I hope to read for the month of June. Although it is June 9th as I'm filming this, we don't have that many days left in the month, but I'm hoping I will be able to get through these books. So stay with me, don't go too far. Jambo, Karibu, welcome to my channel. My name is Chilanda and this is Library Without Borders. I am feeling this cowboy look, you know. Where has it been all my life? Oh my gosh. I really like the look. It's pretty cute. All right, you guys. So, I want to show you the book that I already started reading. First in this list, it's this book, Necessary Sins by Elizabeth Bell, and I have to admit I really am enjoying this book. In antebellum Charleston, a Catholic priest grapples with doubt, his family's secret African ancestry, and his love for a slave owner's wife. A once intimate drama and multi-generational epic, Necessary Sins is the first book in the sweeping Lazar family saga that transports readers from the West Indies to the Wild West, from Charleston, Paris, and Rome into the depth of the human heart. Now, I know it's Caribbean happening because I know Cozy Comfy Up has mentioned that it runs from June 9th, I think, to the 23rd. I'm wondering if this book will count in that particular prompt, because it does start in the West Indies. Although the author is definitely not a Caribbean author, she's white. But I have been trying to look in my pile of books for, books written by Caribbean author, and the only books I found was by Vanessa Riley. I think she's from, where's she from? I think Barbados, if I'm not mistaken. And then I have Marlon James, who's from, Jamaica. But I've already read their books, so I don't know. I have to really look again. But this is what I'm currently reading. As I said, I'm really enjoying it. And then I want to read this one, Good Intentions. I actually wanted to read like a super fluffy, cute romance, because I've been reading really serious books. And I wanted something relaxing. So I picked this. Plus, like I said, I need to bring down my TBR. So it was just there, and I'm like, why not? A young British Pakistani man, Noor, has spent years omitting details about his personal life to maintain his image as the golden child. Once, Noor was a restless college student struggling to fit in. At a party, he meets Yasmina, a beautiful and self-possessed aspiring journalist. They start a conversation, first awkward, then absorbing. And as their relationship develops, so too does Noor's self-destruction. He falls deeper into traps of his own making, attempting to please both Yasmina and his family until he must finally reveal the truth. Yasmina is black and he loves her. I mean, I did say fluffy and cute, but this looks like it's gonna be intense. So I don't know what I'm doing there, but we shall see. I want to add these two books because, again, the premise of these stories just called to me. So this one is The Sheltering Sky by Paul Bowles, and it simply says, Sheltering Sky is a landmark of 20th century literature. In this intensely fascinating story, Paul Bowles examines the ways in which Americans' incomprehension of alien cultures leads to the ultimate destruction of those cultures. Isn't he right? A story about three American travelers adrift in the cities and deserts of North Africa after World War II. The Sheltering Sky explores the limits of humanity when it touches the unfathomable emptiness and impassive cruelty of the desert. Just listening to this synopsis don't you want to pick up the book? And although it's written by a white author, I'm trying my best to read books written by black authors, and I feel like if I don't find books written by black authors, I find books about black people written by white people. What can one do? I mean, it's what it is, right? And then this book, it's Cry the Beloved Country, Alan Paton. Woo. And this book is actually written by a South African author, and I have to look him up. I don't know if he's white or black, but I think he's black. It says, worldwide bestseller when it was published in 1948, Alan Paton's impassioned novel about a black man's country under white man's law is a work of searing beauty. Cry, the Beloved Country is the deeply moving story of the Zulu pastor Stephen Kumalo and his son Absalom, set against the background of a land and a people riven by racial injustice. Remarkable for its lyricism, unforgettable for character and incident, Cry, the Beloved Country is a classic work of love and hope, courage and endurance, born of the dignity of man. What more can I say? I can't wait to read this book. And then we have, now the reason why I want to read this book is because, again, I saw an email at my work talking about how it's also Indigenous Heritage Month. I'm not sure about the United States, but here in Canada it is. So in celebration of Indigenous Heritage Month, I wanted to pick up a book written by an Indigenous author, and we have this one. Now, I'm not going to read the back of this because I literally have a video where I talked about all the books that I've accumulated, my mid-year book haul, and I read the synopsis of this particular story. But it's just to give you a little reminder, it's about a young Indigenous woman who enters a colonizers run dragon academy and quickly finds herself at odds with the approved way of doing things in the first book of a brilliant new fantasy series. You know how many books I've read and I never knew, and I never know that they're series, and once I start them I'm like, oh my gosh. To tell the truth, you guys, I like standalone. You know, I want to read a book and finish that story right there and then so I can move on to other stories. But most of these fantasy books, and now that book Necessary Sins by Belle Elizabeth, I realized is the first installment in about 4. Like, it has like 3 other books, and I'm gonna have to read them because I'm telling you, it's really interesting. So I can't wait to read this for Indigenous History Month. Finally, I'm quite captivated to pick up this story is The Confessions of Franny Langton. Hold on. So Franny Langton, who is accused of the brutal double murder of her employer's renowned scientist George Benham and his eccentric French wife Marguerite. Crowds pack the courtroom, eagerly following every twist while the newspapers print lurid theories about the killings and the mysterious woman being held in the Old Bailey. The testimonies against Franny are damning. She is a seductress, a witch, a master manipulator, a whore. You know, this reminds me a lot about the descriptions of women in all the stories I actually talked to you about in the month of May. Like, the way women were depicted, it was always them who were the problem. They were dark, they were like whores, they were witches, they were like always the one after their man, you know? Anyways, but she does have a tale to tell, a story of her childhood on a Jamaican plantation, her apprenticeship under a debauched scientist who stretched all bounds of ethics, and the events that brought her into the Benham's London home and into a passionate and forbidden relationship. Now, I'm gonna say that, but this is why I'm interested to read this book. So, and then I have the book that I didn't finish for the month of May that I'm gonna bring into this file. And as I said, I don't want to talk about them. I already read them. It's these. It's obviously Daughter of Jubilation, Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson, and Tropical Cowboys, and African American Woman of the Old West. So those 4 books, I am hoping to read them, which bring this TBR to a total of 10 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books. And I realized that the amount of books I read in a month vary from like 7 to like 8. I haven't read 10 books in a while, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able. I'm hoping though, that's why I say hopefuls, right? I'm hoping to get through all of them, but my schedule at night changed as well. On weekends it's really hard for me to read because that's when we have to spend time as a family, you know, catch up on a lot of things. And what makes it hard as well is that I love to read these physical books, but I could go with audio, but then I'm like, I bought all these physical books, why? You know, I want to feel the book, the paper. I want to highlight, you know, and that's just the only thing. But if it wasn't for that, I guess I could be listening to more audios and get through my books that way. But it's just not something I do, like I said, I want to be able to read physical books before I gravitate towards audiobooks. I like it. I love it that way. But anyways, you guys, so I'll show you the total pile. So so these are all the books that I'm hoping to read for the month of June. And this is being recorded on June 9th, and I've only read a book, not even finished so far. But hey, we're gonna get through them, all right? Okay, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.